Hello. We'd like to talk to you about the Smart Stat Scenario system. We all know that running simulations can be a complex undertaking. With many roles, scenario prep, we've tried to take some of the pre-work and production work, simplify it for you with our system. And we'll explain the three-part systems of how that can work. The scenarios have been used by thousands of students through thousands of scenarios with feedback, and also right now hundreds of schools are using this system, both in nursing, EMS, and for pediatric applications. So we will take a closer look at how the system works. Let's take a closer look at the scenario system. The system is identical for EMS and nursing with a few small variations. So we'll take a look at the EMS first. All scenario packages include 10 pre-written scenarios that range in complexity from simple scenarios to more complicated scenarios, covering a range of conditions. Within each scenario, there's a three-part organization system. We have the pre-performance information, which includes an overview of the scenario objectives, as well as equipment needed, the patient demographics, and pathophysiology information. This will allow you to quickly and efficiently assemble all the equipment that's needed, as well as be able to provide the pre-scenario information to the students to get started. The second part of the scenario system is the performance component. This is where we will be now running the scenario, and these are the instructions for the operator to how to run the scenario. Scenarios are set up where all the physiology that is programmed is laid out, and we operate with the concept of patient states, meaning a collection of vital signs at one time. All scenarios have a start state, a deteriorate state, and an improvement state. Some scenarios may have several deterioration states. Within each state, all the physiological parameters such as heart rate, respiration, blood pressure are laid out. When you are running the scenarios, the software, pressing one button, will apply all the physiology at one time. Also included on this performance dashboard are the expected actions and triggers by the students in order, what action an expert clinician would perform, and then also the time range to stay within each state, as well as sample dialogue for the person who's being the voice of the mannequin. With the EMS scenarios, we've used the format of sample and OPQRST, where the person being the voice has scripted responses to the most common questions that will be asked. The third part of the system is the post-performance or debriefing section, and in here we have a performance checklist which can be completed after the scenario or while it's run, listing once again the actions, expected actions of an expert clinician, were they performed, yes or no, at what time they were performed, and any notes that the observer wants to record regarding performance of a specific technique, such as technique was well performed, not performed, dosage incorrect, etc., etc. The final part, again, is a brief summary of the scenario and debriefing questions which can be read in sequence and will provide you with a very good debriefing, allowing reflection from the students. Our unique 3+3 scenario system allows operators and faculty to efficiently run scenarios that are consistent across faculty members and maximize the use of resources. Breaking the scenarios into pre-performance, performance, and debriefing is a logical organization, but when taken separately, 3 pages of each scenario reflect the division of labor that is needed to operate the mannequin. We have, most importantly, pre-written checklists for the observer to record actions versus expected actions and comment on performance. We have a dashboard for the operator, which explains all the physiology, all the change points, and comments needed for that as well. And finally, we have for the voice, we have the pre-scripted responses, which ensures consistency across operators. So this three-part system allows somebody to very quickly run an efficient scenario, and with excellent debriefing questions as well. A slight variation in the pre-performance section for the nursing scenarios is that we have included chart data, history of present illness, medications, as well as standing orders if those apply. We can now take a close look at the scenarios in action with the iPad and the mannequin running. Included with the scenario package is a CD containing the software for all the pre-programmed scenarios. Once you load this onto your iPad through your iTunes account, the scenarios are available to be played on the mannequin. To play a scenario, you simply select the scenario tab, select the scenario you want to run. It will be associated with your mannequin, and now will show up on the mannequin for control. Once the scenario has been loaded, on our control screen, we can see how the scenario is queued up. To apply the scenario's physiology to the mannequin, we simply press the start button and we immediately see that the physiology has been applied. The check marks here indicate the transfer. To go to the next state, we select it, it's queued up, and it can begin when we're ready. Also, if we've created a checklist, that will appear here. Like the Smart Stat mannequin, the simulation packages are easy to use, yet powerful, and provide a complete simulation experience. Any questions, feel free to contact us at any time.